What's up, guys? Today's going to be a video that I got another email. So I'm replying to the email. I'm not even going to reply to this one through text because at the end of the email I read it and it said that I can make a video out of it. So I'm just going to do that. And I appreciate you. I'll leave your name anonymous. Okay, I'm just going to read it and wing it because I didn't even, I read it and didn't reply in my mind. Like usually when I'm reading something, I'm already thinking what to say next, but I wanted to read this and reply in real time. Okay, I'm thinking, should I just read the whole thing and then go back? Yeah, I'll read the whole thing. The title, I'm going to title this video this because this is what the title of the email is. L's everywhere. Like loser, or I don't know. Loser. The camera might be backwards. It says L's everywhere. Dude, I'm reading off my phone. Dude, I have some issues and wanted to let a few things out, and you have a way of explaining things that makes a lot of sense to us that watch your channel. Thank you. He didn't say thank you. I'm saying thank you. And you're always telling us if we ever need to talk, you're open, and we have very similar backgrounds. So yeah, I reached out to a friend, but I'm sure he's at work now and should hear back later today from him. In little parentheses, I was on the toilet and your video came up about you adding Discord and links to the channel and said, you know how I'm always telling y'all if you need to talk. That was God hitting me. That was God hitting me with a 2x4 across the head. Isn't it funny how God works sometimes? He said, guys I work with, so guys that he works with, have a PSA account, and one does NFL and one does NBA, so sports cards. Other do Weiss Schwarz anime cards and Pokemon. I wanted to kind of get involved but didn't connect with those things. In parentheses, I collected baseball cards as a kid. I'm a huge Nintendo fan. I'm a huge Nintendo fanboy and I love JRPGs. Ooh, the most recent, I prepared this because I thought about JRPGs. The most recent JRPG I played a couple years ago was this one. The freaking, what is it, Dragon Quest? It's not Dragon Age, it's Dragon Quest 11? That girl with black hair is hot. I like her. I forgot her name though, but I like this. That game was sweet. He said, oh, I lost my place. He's a huge fan of JRPGs. I found Fire Emblem Cipher cards, and when searching those, found out Gundam was releasing a first ever line. So maybe, I don't get this, so maybe Fire Emblem cards and then Gundam releasing like a TCG? Not sure. So I was asking a friend at work, how would I fund buying these cards? He replied, eesh, sell Pokemon. I told him no, I don't know anything about it. And then he goes on, I had a minor back surgery soon after and remained on the couch for 3 weeks as stitches healed. I found the One Piece live action TV show, and the actor playing Luffy had so much optimism that it rubbed off on me, and I came to the conclusion I could run a Pokemon business. Isn't that crazy how the freaking main characters of anime like Goku and Naruto and Ash and Luffy, they all have that kind of like happy-go-lucky, maybe not Ash so much, have that happy-go-lucky kind of, they're kind of stupid, and they're like, I can do anything I want, and you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from saying that, but we'll get into it. Talk to all local and non-local LGS owners, and they said not to do it. You will fail. Market is overflowing, and you have to have Whatnot and TikTok and content to death. If you do not have a storefront, you won't make it. They were right. I made a website, Discord, Instagram page, and joined a wholesale group. I'm a wholesale group, like a wholesale group. So kind of like Nostalgianomics friend. They do a podcast together. What's his name? Is his name Eli? Or kind of like Rudy Alpha Investments? Like their wholesale groups where you get booster, you have to pay them monthly to get their access to their distributors. And then he said, join the wholesale group, made a website, did all that. No traffic, period. No sales, period. Damn, dude. Sitting on 2K of Japanese product I can't move on Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace. I saw the dark underbelly. That's not, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at this next sentence. These next two sentences made me laugh. I'm not laughing at the guy that you're not making money. I'm laughing. Just listen. I saw the dark underbelly behind the curtain. The addiction, the YouTube shills, pumping sales, the criminal activity. It's a tornado of wasted money and dark shop dens full of rip fiends. Overlapping digital images with post Britney Spears soundtracks. I can't keep up. This is not funny. That was hilarious to me, but his pain is not funny. So I decided to slow this down a bit. I would switch from moving sealed product to selling singles. My thinking, I would have more control over the situation. Then he puts like over the situation space control period, like saying he shouldn't have been thinking that, or maybe it backfired. Buy sealed for investing, never open, which never occurred to me. I didn't even know that was a thing. Run Magic, Lorcana, and some Pokemon on TCG Player to fund buying Pokemon raw cards to grade and sell at higher profits. Take those profits for long-term investments in sealed for my daughter's future. Well, he has a daughter too. I literally, that's the whole reason I get up every day. If you have a daughter, you know, or a son, you work for them. All of this to say yesterday, I already read this, so I already know what's coming. All of this to say yesterday, I got 2 off-centered cards in the mail. No big deal. Next, I tried buying 2 ETBs on Instagram and got robbed. Whoever robbed that guy, screw you. Guy took my $165 and blocked me. Hurt, but take your losses early, right? Got over it. Last straw was the Japanese BWR, which I guess the Zekrom, the chase card probably, in pristine condition that I paid to send to Tag, so Tag Grading, for a $2,000 2K payday. I found a spec on the front, a small spec, super small microscope spec. Try to say that 5 times fast. Small spec, super small microscope spec. I tried to wipe it and then scrape it. Oh my gosh, man. I tried to wipe it and then scrape it away. When I did, the foil lost more area. Then it was a sore thumb. I will not get that pristine 10 now, much less a 10 at all. I lost $2,180 in one day. I'm not asking you how to run a business. Good, because I don't have any how to run a business advice. I'm asking how to deal with self-inflicted failure. Feel free to use this as content if you want to make a video about overcoming adverse, and how to not beat yourself up over it. Leave my name out of the video, please. I want your channel to grow. I'm going to reset, though I'm not. I'm going to reset, though. I'm at that giving up stage. I'm struggling to turn this L into a W. I need. I need sometimes a loss is really a win moment. Thanks, Anonymous. So, Here we go. Where do we even begin with this? By the way, thanks for reaching out. I don't think I'm like a guru or anything. I literally just leave that in all my videos because I have to. I just have to, just because I've been through a lot of weird crap in my life, and I feel like if I don't at least leave myself open to help other people, then what's the point of even doing YouTube? And I'm not doing this to run a business at all. YouTube, I'm just doing it for fun, and I feel like I need to say that or I'll die. So I say it. And so thanks for reaching out. I'm going to break this up. So first off, he wants to make, so basically he was like, I found Fire Emblem cards, and I don't know if he wants to collect those, and he just wants to like have a side hustle, because he said guys at his work, you said guys at your work grade football and Weiss and Pokemon, and you kind of want to get involved, but you don't connect with Pokemon. I just want to know, how do you watch my channel and not know anything about Pokemon? Or not like Pokemon or something. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I guess I watch Alpha Investments, and he's like a Magic the Gathering channel, so I guess that makes sense. But, so he does it seems like he does have a job. So I'm trying to like, all this like kind of advice stuff, I never really know. I only give advice to my daughter. So I don't know where anyone is financially or mentally just by reading an email. And this is only the second one I've ever done, so forgive me if I'm out of touch. But it seems like you have a job and you want to start doing it on the side, either for money, to just extra money, or to justify collecting. I'm not sure about that, but he said the basic thing he wants me to answer is how to turn this L into a W. He said he freaking sitting on 2K of Japanese product I can't move on Facebook Marketplace. First of all, those card shop owners that you talked to about starting a Pokemon business were right. They were right. It is the worst time in the world, probably, to start a trading card game business, because not only is it's oversaturated. Everyone and their grandma is trying to run a rip and ship stream. I mean, go on TikTok, just scroll people that don't even speak English. I mean, all over the world. Not saying that, you know what I'm saying? It's all over the world. People trying to sell Pokemon cards, any cards, rip and ships. I would never, like, I don't know if I would ever, I can't say that because I don't know what the future holds, but the profit margins for ripping packs, and I know he's not asking this, I'm just saying this anyways. If you buy a pack for $5 and you sell it for $7, you get $2 per pack, and then you have to go behind the scenes. Not only do you have to be live the whole time ripping it, you have to go behind the scenes and then pack it up. I feel like the majority of people doing rip and ship streams it's not as good as it seems. Like you'd be better off just working a normal job. I mean, there's no way, it's hard to say, because there's really successful rip and ships, and it seems to everybody that they're doing so well that it's so tempting. But to do that well, you have to pretty much have a fan base. And the people that are buying packs, and why they're buying so much from those, aren't so much that they're wanting to rip packs. It's more of like a parasocial relationship. To me, this is my opinion. It's more of a parasocial relationship where you like that person's content so much, and so they're spending money, kind of like on Twitch and all that. People just donate money for nothing. So it's basically like they're donating their money, but they're getting something in return on live stream for the person to say their name out loud and rip their pack. You know what I'm saying? It's more parasocial than it is them wanting to collect, because that's a stupid, stupid ass way. By the way, I don't care how rich you are. It's a stupid way to collect. Buying from rip and ship streams, I will never ever buy a single pack from a rip and ship stream, because why would I spend a premium for someone else? That just, it's weird. Maybe I'm old school, but when I want to open my own packs. I don't want someone else opening them for me. I don't know. So to me, it seems like it's more parasocial than it is them collecting. And if that's just the way people collect, like imagine your whole collection you bought on rip and ship streams. You're getting, on most rip and ship streams, you're getting completely screwed. There's not that many people that are doing it and they have fair prices, and they're not, like, probably 99% or 90% of all rip and ship streams are scummy. And they're scummy because they're price gouging. And yeah, oh, well, they can do that. Yeah, they can, but that doesn't mean that. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. Yeah. So those card shops told him you basically have to have a rip and ship stream to make money. And it's pretty true, because even the people that have been having large Pokemon businesses on YouTube, even Rudy, Alpha Investments, says his distributors are charging him over wholesale, like more than what he got them for years and years. So the distributors that are selling the cards to all the stores and all the businesses are charging more. So people, they're having to charge more. And then it's basically, I feel like the majority of people that are buying all this at these inflated prices are people trying to start businesses. And since everybody's trying to start a business, it's hard to find customers. It's kind of like this. If you had one street and and you're the only person on that street, like I'm thinking like a market, like, those, you think of those old school markets like Aladdin. You're the only person on the street that sells apples. You're the only one who has apples. So you can charge $10 an apple. And then one day, 9 more people. So now on the same street, right next to each other, there's like 10 people selling apples. Whoever sells for the cheapest is the one who's going to get, like, if you go up to the apple stand, you're like, hey, how much are you selling apples for? And they're like $10. You're like, $10? The guy next to you selling them for $3. That guy's selling them for $5. And that guy's selling for $1. Everyone's going to go to the person that's selling them for the cheapest. And to be able to do that, to be able to sell at the cheapest, they have to be having the most volume and spending the most amount of money. And usually the people that are doing that, they pretty much have nothing. Not that they don't have anything to lose, but they probably have tons of money to begin with. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they can sell for $2 a booster box profit. But it's not like that right now. But even back then, like, do you get what I'm saying? I'm trying to say it's oversaturated right now. So starting a business, especially trying to sell sealed, is super hard. I would think you'd have to have, like, to make it worth it, you'd have to have sweetheart deals or something, or a fan base. That's the big thing. A fan base to sell to that's going to support you no matter what. That's the big kicker in this Pokemon stuff right now, is the fan base. I'm not selling, by the way, I'm not selling anything. I haven't sold a card in, I don't know, a long time. A long time I haven't sold cards. I did, so I'm going to tell you this. He's talking about grading. I wasn't trying to start a business, just like a side hustle for extra money or for fun. I don't know. I feel like everybody that's in Pokemon long enough, they see the people that are doing it making tons of money off of, and that's just the thing. The problem with this world nowadays is everybody posts their good stuff. They don't post their losses. they only post the best parts of their lives, and especially in business areas, like all these retarded financial gurus and stuff. Did you know that most of those guys aren't even rich? They're like renting a Lambo for a day to make a TikTok video to try to sell you a course to be rich when they're not even rich. It's mostly fake crap these days. Because trust me, people that are rich aren't making videos about how they're rich. I promise you, they're not. So you got to be wary of that. Also, where do I even begin? I'm sorry if all this is not advice at all to what you were asking for. He's sitting on 2K of Japanese product. So if you're sitting on $2,000 of Japanese booster boxes, I would probably say if you're trying to stay in it, just keep them. Just keep them sealed. Put them away. Go work your day job. I have sealed boxes over there, 3 Team Rocket boxes just sitting there. Just forget about them. Put them in a closet. Put them anywhere. Just forget about them. Don't even try to make money off of them right now at all. Because you never know. Even if you sell them right now and you make a little bit of profit, and then they're going to reprint the Japanese, and it's going to drop again. And I don't know. I would say sit on them for years, but I'm a sealed investor more than I am a collector. Pretty much, I'd say I'm 50-50, but I wouldn't try to sell those right now. And if you are, I don't know anything about Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace. He said he can't move the Japanese product on Facebook Marketplace. I bought something as an investment, and I had a random bill come up lately. I had pre-ordered some Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering boxes. I pre-ordered them, and 5 of them, and I needed to sell them immediately. They got to my house from the pre-order. They got to my house. I took a picture of them, listed them on eBay, lowest list, and they all sold within 24 hours. Like boom, 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 sold on eBay. And I'm pretty sure I broke even because I would have made like $20 over what I paid a box, 20 or 15, something like that over, but then eBay fees took it down, so I broke even. So if you wanted to throw them on eBay, but I don't know how much you paid for them. Maybe you overpaid. That's the problem. I don't know. If it were me, my advice, I would just sit on them. Because pretty much every sealed booster box in Pokemon goes up over time. And they say, I know there's a lot of YouTubers that say, oh, Japanese isn't investable. Well, what do you mean? Go look at all the old Japanese sets. They're way more than they were when they released. So I'm not sure what Japanese product you have, but if it's sealed booster boxes, I just stick them in the closet, completely forget about them, and go back to work, your normal job. As far as he wants to start a Pokemon business, does he want to start a TCG business? He said run Magic, Lorcana, Pokemon on TCG Player, so just singles, to fund buying Pokemon raw cards to grade and sell at higher profits. That sounds like a lot of work. A lot of work for not a lot of money, to be honest. Like, imagine I want to grade a card and I have to sell all these cards to buy one card to then send a PSA to grade, then get back. How much are you making? Like, it's just not as good as it seems in Pokemon. Like, you literally have to be doing it full-time, overtime, full-time. Like, the guys that are doing Pokemon that are successful, do you realize they're working way more than a 9-to-5? They're working way more than that. They might not think they are, but they are, because they can never shut their brain off because they're literally relying on cardboard to pay their bills. And if the market dips or stuff like that happens, like, they might think they can clock out. They might only run 5 rip and ship streams a week, but trust me, their minds are working harder than you would be just hitting a time clock and getting paid. And then they have, I mean, come on. starting your own business. My dad owns his own business. I work for the family business. I wouldn't say I own it. I mean, I'm a part owner, but not all the customer stuff I don't ever have to worry about. So, and I see him and through my whole childhood, and one lesson I've learned, running your own business is hell. I'm just going to be honest. And there's a lot of people that are going to lie to you and say, oh, well, it's good. Entrepreneurship, all this crap in America that makes you think if you're not freaking millionaire, you're not successful. That's bullshit. You don't need to start your own business at all. Just working a normal job, there's nothing wrong with that at all. And damn it, Luffy, your charisma tricked this guy. I'm just kidding. You're not tricked. You seem like a smart guy. And dang, I'm sorry you got screwed on Instagram. Don't buy anything off Instagram unless you can let me shout out something. If you want to flip booster boxes, this is good advice. If you want to flip booster boxes, all my Japanese booster boxes I get from a guy named Retro Specs. Retro, like RetroSpecs. Retro Specs. He has a YouTube channel and he sells wholesale Japanese booster boxes on Instagram. So go follow him on Instagram, send him a DM and talk to him about it. He has, good prices. Pretty much the best that I've ever seen. And literally you buy it and it's at your house in America from Japan in within the same week every time. And his prices are good. You could literally probably make profit. You could make profit buying wholesale from him. You have to buy over 10 though at a time and then flipping them on eBay. But then still, to make a crazy good living in this hobby, you have to be doing turning and churning and burning so much, pretty much constantly. So you got to factor in time and time management, because if you're already working a job and you said you have a daughter, hanging out with your family is more important than money, 100%. But I understand that money is a big thing. That's why I just strictly invest. And I've thought about having a Pokemon business. Another thing. He talked about grading, how he got kind of screwed with grading. I wouldn't buy any cards to grade online because I've done this. I'm going to be completely honest. I got screwed my first submission to PSA. I got so screwed. I thought I was going to make so much money. I was like, oh man, I got this in the bag. I'm going to make so much money, because I was like, oh, looking at all the vintage cards, all the vintage Pokemon cards, and seeing I can get this card for $200. And if it gets a 10, I have 10 grand. I was had money symbol eyes. And I got the cards. They never off eBay and some off TCG Player with pictures. Going over the pictures online on eBay and looking at them, they always, it's very rare that they come to you. There's always something that you can't see in the picture. You just can't see it. No matter, you're oh, this card looks perfect. You get it in the mail, you're shoot, how did I not see that? Because you can't in the picture, and they probably take the picture purposefully that you cannot see the blemish. So if I was grading, which I'm not, because I don't have the eye for it, because I am too oh, this is good enough, but it's not. It literally has to be, if you think it's perfect, that's not good enough. It has to be where you're there's no way this doesn't get a 10, because there's literally nothing wrong with it, and then it still might get a 9. That's what grading is. It's a gamble within itself, grading. But some people have an eye for it. I know I don't have an eye for it, and I don't mind that. And but even people that do have an eye for it sometimes get screwed based on human error in grading. I know there's AI grading, but whatever. I would not buy cards to grade online. I would, if you have a local card shop or what conventions, I would source grading from there. And you know what? Bring your freaking magnifying glass, bring all kinds of lights, just do whatever, bring the centering tool, whatever. What are they going to do? If you say, hey, can I look at your card? They're going to tell you no, then just go to the next person who will let you examine it. I would do that. If you want to grade, definitely buy them in person so you know what you're getting, because I had to do that a lot where I bought the card and I'm like, dang, well, I already paid for it. So you're like, I know this isn't going to be a 10, but I just send it to grading anyways. And then you think it's going to get a 9 and it ends up getting a 7. I got screwed on my first submission. And I sold a lot of those cards at a loss just because I had no choice. But yeah, that's my advice on the grading. If you want to grade, source in person. And another tip on grading, don't go after chase cards. I would only go after big ticket chase cards, not all like the ARs right now. Vintage, yeah, the holos, chase cards. But if you're grading modern, like only get, let's say, yeah, like you did. You're smart. You did. You said you got the Zekrom from the new set. Yeah, like the top, one of the top chases in the set. Only go for those because you know what, it's like time management. It's so much time and effort, and then you got to wait for them to get back to only be getting a little bit of profit, and then you got to think about eBay taking a cut and then shipping and all that. It's not worth it to me. It's just not. If I was doing it full time, And he bought ETBs off Instagram and got robbed. Yeah, if you buy from Retrospecs, you'll never get robbed. He's the only one I'd buy from Japanese if you're trying to flip Japanese boxes. Grading, source in person. He said, I'm not asking you how to run a business. Okay, well, damn it. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm asking how to deal with self-inflicted failure. I'm struggling to turn this L into a W. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. In more not having anything to do with cards, but you could apply the same logic. As far as that, you didn't take, so you said this is going to be a long ranty video, but guess what? This really isn't for everyone. This is for that one guy, and if anyone else wants to watch, you can watch. He said he's got 2K. Damn it, I lost my spot. On those boxes that you're sitting on 2K of Japanese product I can't move. You didn't take a loss on that. You only take a loss if you sell. So that's not a loss. But then he said he lost 2,180 in one day because he got robbed for 2 ETBs, and then he was hoping on a 2K payday. Yeah, but you didn't spend $2,000 on that Zekrom. You were hoping it would get a 10 so you could sell it for 2K. So you didn't really lose 2K, did you? I don't get it. But even if you did lose 2K, you can always make more money. And I know that sounds bad because $2,000 is a lot to lose, and then you're sitting on $2,000. That's like $4,000 that you feel like you've wasted. How would you turn that L into a W? Mindset. If you want to, I'm not saying give up on trying to start a business, but it is a stupid idea these days to try to start a business. If you want to make money doing Pokemon or trading card games like what I'm doing, and I'm not even trying to make money, but if I was, it'd be content. Make content, because you have to build a fan base, because your fan base is who's going to be supporting your business. And if you have a business without a fan base, it's possible, but the amount of time and effort that you have to put into it without a face that people can relate to is I mean, you'd have to spend money on ads, all kinds of stuff. You'd have to have so much money to begin with to make it be successful. And yeah, you could scrape, I don't know. I don't know how to start a business, and he's not asking for that. He's asking how to turn a L into a W. I'd say sit on all of it. Sit on all of it. If you screwed up that Zekrom card, just keep it. Put it in a binder. Don't even worry about it. Just keep it. Don't even worry about grading it. If you do, grade it, flip it, take a loss, or hold it. If it's a PSA 9 or whatever, just hold it, and then eventually even those will have a premium. But you said you marked it up pretty bad. So, and I mean, I've done the same thing. I've tried to crack a slab and a screwdriver freaking completely destroyed it. I've done the same thing. Sometimes you just gotta say, screw it, I messed up. But I don't know. This guy seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. I gotta rewatch this, make sure I didn't say his name. I appreciate you emailing me. I feel like I didn't give any good advice. I feel like I didn't give any good advice or answer any questions, but maybe I did. I feel like I just went on a rant. It's really hard to start a business nowadays at all. Not even in TCG. And it is. It just is. It's hard. You have to have... It's extra hard having a part-time job and doing it. There are people that do it, and they're on YouTube, but the ones that are doing it didn't start in this market. There's no successful... I promise you that. I can freaking guarantee you that there's not someone that's successful unless they're scamming, doing wheel spins, ripping shippers. People that are trying to run an honest business right now in this market and just started in this market since freaking Surging Sparks came out, there's no way anyone's successful that just started, that's not doing scamming, ripping ships. There's just no freaking way. And they could say they're successful, but I guarantee you most people working a normal job are making more money than they are and putting in way less effort. Sorry. This guy says L's everywhere. He's sending this. Reading this was like, it hurt me. It hurt my soul to read this. I'm sorry, guy. I'm very sorry, Anonymous. I appreciate you emailing me, though, and I hope that I was able to give even a little bit of insight. Freaking Luffy, man. Luffy. You made this guy have hope, and he got screwed. But guess what? If you keep at it, the market's like this. So we're going to get a downturn. It's not going to be like this forever. And if you do want to start a business, I mean, what's that guy's name? He makes all the videos about how to start a Pokemon business. But, I don't know. It's hard to answer these because you just never know. I don't know your financial situation or anything. But if you don't, I would say, well, all I can say is what I do. I work my normal 9 to 5, and I throw money into sealed investing. I also throw money into other investments like precious metals and crypto. I don't touch the stock market for reasons I can't talk about online, but I just don't touch the stock market. I like to hold things. And if I feel like if I don't hold it, then I don't really own it. So, and you say, you can't hold crypto. I have a cold wallet, so yeah, I can't hold mine. And, yeah. Sorry if I didn't answer any questions. It's been a weird day. There's a thunderstorm. My head's all foggy. Whatever. I would definitely... Don't take it as an L. I'm going to teach you something that an old man taught me, an old woodsman taught me this. There is no such thing as failing. Fail, F-A-I-L. You would say an L is a loss, is a fail. Fail really means first attempt in learning. It's your first attempt in learning. So as long as you learned a lesson from what you think you failed at, you didn't fail. You're gaining knowledge, and you have to make mistakes to be able to learn anything in this life. And so you're doing the right thing. If you want, you can keep grinding, keep trying. don't try to buy cards online to grade, because they're going to hide stuff and then you're going to get them and be like, ah. Yeah. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone who watched this long rant style video. I feel like I haven't been making a lot of videos lately, the talking kind, because I don't know. If anyone else has advice, or not advice, if anyone else needs to talk to me or ask me questions, I mean, I'm not but this channel's going to turn into me being some old man, smoking a cigar, giving advice. Nah, that ain't going to be it. But every once in a while I can do this kind of stuff. I appreciate you all for watching. Join the Discord, join all the stuff. I really, really want to start live streaming. I just do. And I think I have an idea. I'm probably going to, I'll talk about that idea in the first live stream. I'll do like a test stream. I don't know when. Maybe this weekend. I don't know. But hey, I appreciate you. Anonymous, you're a good guy. You're going to make it. Even if you took a $4,000 loss, I know that's a lot. Man, I drive my car and I paid $1,700 for my beat up truck. I don't live luxurious at all. So $4,000, I understand. That's a lot. That's a lot of money to feel like you lost. You didn't lose. Stick it out, or just try something else, you know, or just take a break and work your normal 9 to 5 and kind of watch from the sidelines until everything cools down, and it'll be a lot easier. Appreciate you. Goodbye.